Hello everyone, it is Lucy here and I'm back with another video. In today's video I am doing the interior of the Roomies home that I built. So a couple of weeks ago I did do a CAS video on this family, and then last week I did do the exterior of the home. So I'll try to link both of those videos at the end. I don't know how you guys are feeling. I just need a little bit of help from you guys. Just drop a comment down below if you really are interested in this becoming a series on my channel, this particular family. I don't think it's going to be a part 1, part 2, part 3 type of thing, but I think it's just going to be a check-in every now and then and see how the family's going. And I just really am excited to play this family. I don't know how many videos I'll release on it, but just a few. I just really am very excited about trying to do a daycare out of my home. If you do not know, this family, there is a roommate and then there is the person that owns the home. She has inherited this from her family, and before, like in the back, there was a guest house, but she totally redid it and made it into a daycare. So she now runs a daycare out of her home. It's something that she's been really wanting to do. She really wants to build this business up. I think she's going to have kids from infants to children, so anywhere in that age range. I'm not sure how many kids she'll be taking care of. It's just however many I feel comfortable with at the daycare, because I do know that the kids, you know, they're a lot to deal with, especially if she has like a lot of toddlers. I think that there was like 100 toddler challenge or something like that, and that was insane. I've seen some videos on it, but that's not what this is going to be like. This is just going to be that she, you know, has a daycare facility and she just has it open, you know, for a lot of the neighborhood kids and the families, just because a lot of them work and they just can't get home when, or they can't be home when their children get home off the bus, or, you know, with their infants, they just have to get back to work and it's just really hard for them. So they have this daycare that they can go to. This is not in the game. It's something that I really want to just try. I want to just try this, you know, this gameplay out a little bit, because it is going to be something that I'm kind of creating. So just going to probably put in, you know, money at the end of the week, because it's not something that's in the game. So it's just going to be money that I add to their family funds at the end of the week, whatever I think is appropriate. Also, her roommate is a landscaper or maybe a home decorator. I'm not really sure. I'm kind of struggling between the two. And I know landscaping is not really in the game. There is gardening and things like that. So possibly a gardener or maybe a home decorator. And I have the pack for home decorating, but I haven't actually played with the career at all. So that might be kind of fun. That might be kind of interesting. I haven't actually done any series on my channel of running a business from The Sims 4, because I know that there are some glitches in the vet industry, and then as well as, you know, running a restaurant. There are some glitches in that as well. I think you have to get some like mods or something just to fix it or just to help it out a little bit, but I'm not really interested in that. So I'm just gonna kind of make my own career out of the game. I'm sure there's been people that have done this, I'm sure. I know that, like I said, there was like 100 baby, or 100, not 100 baby challenge, because I did do that one, but I didn't do it on the channel. But there was like 100 toddlers or something like that, or something insane that you would have to take care of. And I just not interested in that either. So as of right now, we are just kind of building the interior of the home up a little bit. So I just feel like she's not really going to have a lot of kids' things in her home, because she has that separate space for the daycare. So I just really wanted to create like a separate space, so she had a place that she has to go for work every morning, but she just comes right back to her house. But this would be her space. It wouldn't really have a whole lot of kids stuff in it. It would just be her space so she can relax after a long day of work. I know that there's some daycare providers that just have it right in their home, and that is just so crazy. And I know that that's all that they can afford, and that's, you know, perfectly fine. But for her, I just really want, I mean, crazy in the way that I just oh my gosh, my heart breaks for them because they don't have it. They don't, go out and go to a separate building kind of feel. And it's like their work life and their home life is kind of blending together. And that must be so hard. And, some people, they just can't afford having two separate places. But in The Sims, we can afford it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just having her have a separate space. And there is somebody that I know that is a daycare provider, and she's actively trying to do this. Like, she's actively trying to, have a separate space for her daycare because it's just becoming too much having her work life and home life blending together. And so that just is really hard for her, and she's trying to do that, but it's a slow process. So in The Sims, I just made it because we can do that in The Sims. We don't have to worry about really money at all. I mean, there's cheats for money and stuff like that. And I'm a person that kind of cheats for money sometimes. But in this series, what I really want to try to do is I want to try to, once she has the home, I just want her to start out with very minimal money and just see how it goes, because I'm the one that's going to be adding the funds, like I said. So in the back of the house, this is where the daycare is. And so she just created this really nice space for the kids. She has a computer. She has a fish bowl so that they can have like a class, like a little, daycare pet or whatever. And then also, putting in a lot of bookshelves for the kids so that they can read if they need to. And then also, I put in a rocking chair for her so she can sit and kind of read to the kids as well. And then putting in this little like play pad for the infants, because like I said, I think she is going to have kids from infants to children, anywhere in that realm. And then I was also thinking, which I think I said in one of my videos that I did for this series, I guess, I did say that it would be kind of cool if we played to the part where maybe one of her kids becomes like a teenager and they come to help her, because I really want to grow this business as best I can and maybe have it in like a separate lot completely from her, somewhere where she would go. But I don't know how you would do that in The Sims 4. I'm sure there are cheats on it or something like that, or she would just have a bigger lot, a bigger space where it kind of looks like the buildings are separate, but she still has access to it. But that's what I was thinking, is just really building it up, and then possibly maybe one of her kids coming back and helping her, because she would, become big enough where she could hire on help. And then also just having, putting out that little tree house. I've actually never used that. So I think it is for toddlers, and I've never actually used that. So that'll be interesting to see the gameplay of that. And then also putting these little chairs, like the bear chairs, so that way there they can sit, the toddlers can sit and do what they like to do, play or read or whatever they want to do. And then also just adding in some blinds, but then I think like those just cover the windows way too much, and so they're not going to get a whole lot of light in their building. So I may take those out and change those, or maybe take them out completely and just not put blinds, because up here I really want a lot of light, a lot of sunlight to come into the room, because I do take out the lighting that's currently being used just because it's way too bright, and I put in a little bit of a softer light for them, just because I just really think these lights are a little bit too harsh. I do use them quite a bit during my builds, but this time I decided to put them in just so I could see a little bit better, and it brightens the place up. But then I take them out and put in my own light fixtures that I want to. Here you see that I'm putting in tons of paintings, but I do want to leave some bare space so that way there the kids can kind of decorate the walls with their artwork, because I feel like she would be the type of person that would really hang the artwork up and really try to make it more special. So also putting in this like mural thing that I think that she probably would have painted herself, and the bookshelves are kind of in front of it as well. And then also, this is where I add in my own light. I was trying to figure out like what lights I wanted to use, but I ended up going with these ones. I think they're so cute. And you can kind of change the colors on them, which is really nice. This is something that I think a lot of Sims players have been asking for, but I really wish like we had the color wheel back that we had in The Sims 3, because I was doing the beds downstairs for the kids for them to take a nap, and I was like, oh, I wish that we had some like color wheels so I could kind of create different patterns on the sheets and the bedspread and everything. but I can't. I'm stuck with whatever the game provides, which is just really cruel. Not cruel, but I think it's something that everyone's been really trying to ask for, is that color wheel back, because it just really added a little bit more into, you know, the creation process. I was notorious for just using that color wheel on the bedspreads because I really wanted the kids to have different bedspreads and not the same one, but I wanted to use the same wood color. So it's really sad that they don't have that, but I understand. Down here I am just making a kitchen for her because I think how to make this gameplay work the best is probably to unfortunately lock them into the house because I really don't want them moving about. I really don't want them like kind of going into her space and moving around in there. There may be times where that happens because I'll probably have them, you know, go outside and stuff in the summertime and do a lot of activities outside. But as of right now, I really just don't want them going into the house, and I could always like lock the house door as well. Just have the access be for his for her roommate, because I think you can do that. So we'll probably do that just so that way the kids just don't go in there and hang out, because in The Sims, they have a tendency to just kind of wander and just do what they want. But I really want them to kind of hang out in the daycare area or outside and do projects and things like that outside. I might put some like art tables outside for the kids to do as well, especially in those warmer months. And then also just adding in a table, because like I said, this is going to be an area where they're going to be all day. So I just want her to have the facility like that she needs, like the kitchen, so she can make them food and everything like that. And I've said this before, but I really mean it. I feel like daycare providers, teachers, anyone that is in the field of like taking care of kids and, you know, really helping them like in the education system as well, everyone, they are so underappreciated because there is just a lot that they have to deal with on a daily basis, and even just all the questions, all of the care that goes into kids. I really commend you for that because it's just really hard, and it's a really underappreciated career. Like, it just takes really special people and really you know, just special individuals to be able to do this type of work, teaching or, you know, being daycare providers or being babysitters. It's just really, it's a lot, and I just commend you for that because I just feel like people don't really say it a lot. So I just really, you know, I appreciate you so much. And I mean, I have 2 kids myself, and so I know how hard it is to, you know, deal with just the daily questions and the daily tasks that go into it. So really just wish that those professions were a little bit more appreciated on an everyday basis. But here we are just adding in a bedroom where the kids can sleep and take naps. So I did put a crib in here, and I kind of forgot to put a changing table in here because with infants you have to change their diapers and all of that. So I kind of forgot about that. So I'll have to go back in and possibly just expand the walls a little bit, and so that way there I can add in a changing table for them. Here I'm just adding in curtains in the room just because I wanted to feel like they had windows, but they don't because it's a basement. But I feel like this would be a good place for them to take naps because it's pretty dark in here, so you don't have to worry about like sunlight creeping in or waking up the kids or anything like that. So I'm kind of glad that I added in this basement, but I would have never been able to add in a sleeping area upstairs unless I took out a lot of the backyard, and they don't have a whole lot of space. They don't have a huge lot, so having in the basement really helped me because I can put in the kitchen down here and the table and another bathroom where the kids can kind of go and have potty training and all of that. There's one bathroom in the building. Unfortunately, I wish there was like a couple, but there's one bathroom, so hopefully that doesn't cause an issue. If it does, I'll try to put in another one maybe off to the side, more of a like a grown-up, not a grown-up, but like more of a kid's bathroom, so the children can kind of go in there instead of going into the one that has like all of the potty training chairs in it. So I don't know, we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out as the game goes on, because if I'm going to have like 4 kids, it's going to be a lot, and they may all need to go to the bathroom at the same time. I don't know. So I was just thinking about that because the house has it has 3 bathrooms, and then there's like a roommate that has his own bathroom, and then she has her own bathroom, and then they have just a communal bathroom downstairs. So one that if she has like guests over or whatever, that's where they would go and use. So I don't know. We'll see. And then here I'm just adding in a little reading area for her because I feel like she really likes to read books. She is a book lover. That's one of her traits. So I really wanted to add in a nice cozy corner for her so she can kind of relax and unwind from the day. Putting in these curtains as well. I love these curtains so much. I use them all the time. They have different colors to them too, which is really nice. And then I'm just adding in that little teddy bear because I was like, I feel like she would get this for like, I don't know, an appreciation day or something for her. Maybe one of the parents gave it to her or something like that, and she would really treasure that because, you know, that's just really heartwarming and really nice of somebody to do. So I added that little teddy bear to kind of sit by her when she's reading on her little bench over there. And then also I'm just adding in some lights around the room because, like I said, I take out those huge bright, not huge, but those bright lights, and I put in my own little lights that are a little bit softer. So I added in those two, and then I really like to put in like clutter around the house as well because I just feel like it makes it look a little bit more lived in. So I'm just putting in some sculptures, some books where I feel like she probably was reading and then she had to kind of put her book down on the table instead of putting it away completely. And then I really like those lights that came with the horse ranch pack because they're just so cute. So I think I actually put those in her room maybe. I can't remember, but I also really love this bed that came with the high school pack as well. It's so beautiful. The bedspread is amazing. But anyways, you guys, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and end the talking portion right here. I hope you stay tuned to the very end of the video so you can kind of see how it all came out. I also have some screenshots as well at the end of the video. But anyways, you guys, like I said, I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I will talk to you all very soon.